Um, when designing your motorsport line of products, why are spherical bearings used over bushings? Good question. A spherical bearing is a component where it's a metal on metal interface, essentially. Oh, here we got one here. And so these rod ends, you can see that there's it's a rod end looking up, but it's in all our products. This is actually a spherical here that's held in a circlip into a machined bore. But there is a very tight, highly toleranced fit between the inner ball and the outer housing. And this ball happens to be Teflon lined, which is a nice feature that the Aurora bearings that we use have. And there's zero slop, zero compliance. So that means if 1 unit of force acts on the center of this, exactly 1 unit of force is transferred to the assembly. And that's what you want in a motorsport or racing application, where you want suspension forces to act directly on the components, eventually directly on the tire.
Yeah, that's actually a really easy way to visualize it, is the tire kick test. You go up to a stock like Audi stock front end,
Kick the tire.
You'll see it move and bounce back and forth, upwards of an inch if you get a good kick on you, don't break your foot. So that's happening, all the time as you're driving. Those wheels are just kind of trying to meet that balance of comfort and quiet and compromise around all the inputs you're giving it and what the road's giving it back. And in a motorsport application or in a more tightly controlled requirement, you need to get rid of that movement. And to do that, you've got to remove the softer bushings, the rubber pieces, anything that's allowed to deflect when it encounters a force.
Yeah, it's just slop.
Yep.
The rubber and the bushings, like Nate said, they add comfort, but they take away from the performance. And something has to give. Everything can't be like metal to metal in a car, right. But in a race car, you can get much closer to that. And so that's why we do it for our motorsport line of products. Now, in our Dynamic Plus products, we do use bushings. Now they're stiffer. And so you could consider our Dynamic Plus products a more performance optimized product that still has a lot of the comfort and NVH characteristics of the factory parts, but better performance. Not as good as the fully motorsport spherical option, but better, and it's a worthwhile compromise to make on a street car. Speaking of which, this is a new product we just released last week. This is the rear upper control arm for basically all the 5, 6, 7.
We're basically re-releasing this, right? Because we used to have this.
We did have this, but the product we've had on the market for a while has our density rubber bushing on the inside here, and so we removed that for anyone looking for a motorsport option. This product basically allows you to generate more camber in the rear tires, as well as eliminating any compliance or deflection of any kind. So again, if you have 3 degrees of camber, regardless of what forces hit the tire, this arm is going to maintain 3 degrees of camber. It's not going to change. Where rubber bushing could go from 3 to 2 to 1 to it could bounce all around, which is what Nate was describing with the tire kick. So put this on the rear with some of our other spherical parts, and you kick the tire, and the only thing you'll feel compressing is the rubber of the tire. So these are in stock, ready to ship. I think we released them last week. So. And we have 2 versions. So if NVH is a concern for you, then definitely get the one with the rubber bushing. The density rubber bushing. Yeah, it's a density bushing. And we're eliminating rubber in the rest of the arm. So it's still a great performing part, but you will be able to get that camber, and those kind of high frequency vibrations and sounds will be dampened by the rubber bushing. So those won't, go directly into your frame or your chassis.